It's hard to believe, but on March 3rd, 2025, the Nintendo Switch has officially become 8 years old. And it doesn't feel like this system is nearing a decade in terms of how long it's been around, but we are literally at that point, and it is just crazy. And of course, with the next generation Nintendo Switch 2 just around the corner, already having been announced, and now the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct just being less than a month away, it is obviously a very exciting time. But with this Nintendo Switch birthday, I wanted to make a video to kind of just talk about everything because this is also going to be the final Nintendo Switch birthday before the Nintendo Switch 2 enters our lives, as when we get to March 3rd, 2026, we are all going to be playing on the Nintendo Switch 2, and there is going to be a next-gen Nintendo system in our hands. So this is really, before the Nintendo Switch 2 storm hits, this is our last birthday celebration with this current Nintendo Switch. And I know it's kind of cheesy to say, but this system genuinely did change my life, and it's been around for such a long time that I'm sure it has impacted a lot of you guys as well. And it's just really crazy how long this system has truly been around, because I still do have a lot of the fond memories that I remember with the system as if they were yesterday, but it doesn't feel like this system has literally been around for 8 years. Like, it's so crazy, because if you think about it, like I always use this example, but if you were a kid in elementary school in 4th grade when the Nintendo Switch came out, you are going to be graduating high school this year and getting your diploma. Like, think about how insane that is, that from elementary school to graduating high school, that is how long this system has been around. It is truly insane. Like, for me, I was a junior in high school when the Nintendo Switch came out in 2017. I have since then graduated high school, graduated 4 years of college, and now have a full-time job. And the Nintendo Switch is still around. Like, it is truly insane how long the system has been in our lives. And for me, when I did start investing time into this YouTube channel around like 2016 or so, I did make a lot of videos about the latest Nintendo NX rumors and leaks and things like that. Obviously, this was back when I had like 100 or 200 subs, so we were getting literally no views, nobody was watching, but even then I was still very interested in upcoming Nintendo hardware and things like that. So obviously you guys know now with the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2, a lot of those videos actually got views and people were actually leaving comments and stuff, which is very nice. But back then nobody was really kind of commenting on my videos or anything, but it was just something that I was always very interested in, so I did keep on making videos. But it was really then after when the Nintendo Switch got announced, there was one video that I made that really I kind of say saved my channel, because I was kind of at the point where I had around 400 subs and I was not gaining any more subs. I was just constantly losing them, and if I gained some subs, I'd lose them like a few weeks after, and it felt like my channel was kind of just stuck at like around like 410, 420 subs, and I just couldn't get any higher. And so I felt like maybe I had reached kind of my potential as a YouTube creator and that I wasn't going to be able to go any higher. Maybe I've just exhausted all of my creativity and everything is kind of just done for this channel. But after the Nintendo Switch got revealed, I made a video about how this system could truly revolutionize gaming and change everything forever, and I called it like how the Nintendo Switch will like wreck the competition or something. And it's kind of funny because I do plan on making a sequel to this video for the Switch 2, because I feel like it's going to be very relevant and the same type of thing could happen again. But this video somehow managed to pop off and it got like around 170,000 views. I don't really recommend watching it now because it was back when I didn't really know how to edit and I'm like 16 or 17 in that video. Do not go and watch that video now. But that video really kind of saved my channel because it took me from 400 subs to 1,000 subs, and that one video made enough money, just around enough, so that after like selling all of my Wii U stuff and everything else, I was able to buy a Nintendo Switch day one. And since then, it has only been the system that I've ever been able to get the first day that it came out in my entire life. I've always gotten a new system like a couple of months or for my birthday or something for the longest time. And so the Nintendo Switch truly was the first ever video game system that I was able to get the day of release. And like I said, I was in 11th grade in high school when the Nintendo Switch came out. In fact, I remember when the system came out in March, I actually had my SAT like a day or two after the Switch came out, and I was just so disappointed in that because I did not want to study or prep for the SAT. I wanted to stay home playing Breath of the Wild because that was like the coolest thing at the time. Everybody was talking about it, everybody was playing it, and I wanted to play it on my brand new system. but that's just kind of the time that it was when the Nintendo Switch had come out for me. And it was just a really, really fun system because I remember I was like one of the first people in the school who had a Nintendo Switch, and our teachers were really chill in high school. They let us go on our phones and stuff as long as our work was done. So for me, in class, I would kind of just whip out the Nintendo Switch and start playing a little bit, playing some Breath of the Wild or something, if I had all of my work done. And a lot of people just thought that that was the coolest thing ever. They were like, wow, you're playing that game in class? Like, that's so cool. And I remembered that. It was really cool. And then I think after like April, when Mario Kart started coming out, I remember like there was a cute girl who sat next to me, and I think one of my history classes or something. So like I just played Mario Kart with her with like one of the Joy-Cons, like after like our work was done in that class. And that was kind of a fun time too. So I remember the Nintendo Switch when it first came out. I remember just bringing it with me in my backpack, and that was just a really cool thing. But by far one of the most memorable years with my Nintendo Switch was 2018, as this was the year that I had graduated high school and was going to be starting college. And this was a pretty intimidating point in my life because I was living on my own now. I was far away from friends and family. Like, my house was 3.5 hours away from where I was going to university, and I did not know anybody. None of my high school friends were there. I did not know any of the new students in my class or any of the professors or anything really, and I had my Nintendo Switch that I kind of just played in my own little apartment when I was alone, but it was really thanks to this one multiplayer game that was just around the corner, right around the end of the semester that was coming out. And if I didn't have this game coming out, I truly don't know how I would have been able to make friends so easily. And what I'm talking about is, of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I truly have this game to thank for how I was able to make so many friends in college, because this game had really just come out at the perfect time. It was right around the end of the semester during finals week in December when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate had come out, and it was because of that that all of the students were all over on campus. Everybody was studying, everybody was stressed out. And my campus also had a lot of these like flat screen TVs all over the campus, all over the walls and like on these desks and stuff, and they all had an HDMI sticking out of it because they were for use for like the students. Like, you could like hook up your laptop to it and watch a movie if you wanted to, or use it as like an extra monitor if you wanted to do some extra work on there or anything. And after I noticed that, I started carrying my Nintendo Switch dock with me as well, and sometimes if I wanted to just take a little break, I would just like hook up my dock to it and start playing some games on there and just take my mind a little bit off of some of the stress that I was dealing with from all of the classes and everything. And it was really after Smash Ultimate had come out and I would just play a little bit of World of Light or something, eventually people would start like walking up to me, and I would recognize some people from some of my classes, and they'd be like, hey, are you playing that new Smash Bros game? And then eventually we'd end up playing a little bit of Smash together. I'd hand them a Joy-Con, I'd hand them a Pro Controller. Eventually I started bringing like just a bunch of GameCube controllers with me because we would end up just getting so many other people who would start joining in and wanting to play. And like, it was so cool because I got to teach some people, like a couple of cute girls who never knew how to play Smash Bros. I got to teach them how to play, so that was kind of fun. But just in general, it was really cool because this was really kind of like the gateway that I had to making friends, because from these people I would then get introduced to their friend group and then be able to make new friends that way. But it was really from that, and like I remember it was at that point where like after like around like the spring semester, I could just start playing Smash Bros and have like a crowd of 8 or so people just come up right away and wanting to play multiplayer. And like, it was just so cool. Like, if I think I even took a picture at some point of just like one of the TVs like having like 8 people on there and everybody playing. So if I can find that, I'll put it up on screen for you guys. But it was just a really fun time, and it was really thanks to this game I was able to meet so many people, and I'm still very close with all those people today. I still text all of them, and it's just really nice that this game was kind of there. And at a really kind of scary point in my life where I was like away from family, away from friends and everything, and did not know anybody at all in this university, it was really thanks to this game that I was able to get introduced and kind of have a way of being able to talk with other people and then end up just kind of casually making friends that way, playing Super Smash Bros. Like, it's a really special game for that moment for me, and it's just a very memorable time that I'm really never going to forget. And then really the last story that I want to tell you guys about is COVID. And so, of course, this was a time in the world where everything was just kind of insane. We were all quarantining at home, and because of that, I wasn't even able to go to classes in person because I was still in college during this when all of this was happening. I think it was my 3rd year, and so during this time, everybody was at home. They told us to do all of our classes online, and because of that, I couldn't go in person or meet any of my friends there. And it was just a scary time because even in my neighborhood, I couldn't hang out with any of my friends. They were all like staying at home, and it was just a time where nobody could go out and have any type of social interactions. But this was a time when a game very special, a game that ended up becoming my favorite video game of all time, had come out, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. So pre-COVID, when I was still in college, Xenoblade 2 was one of those games that I was playing in my free time, and I had just really enjoyed that game and kind of fallen in love with the characters and thought that was one of the best games that I had ever played. And so after that, I really wanted to play the first game, and so it was just really kind of special because we had Nintendo announce Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition that the first game was going to be getting an HD version on the Nintendo Switch with remade character models and upgraded visuals and everything, which was like a dream come true situation. But then it got even more special because it came out right around during the peak of COVID when everybody was at home, nobody could go outside and everything, and I couldn't have any type of social interactions with my friends or anything, but I decided I was going to stream the entirety of Xenoblade Chronicles. And so I played through that entire game on stream. If I can find some like snippets of it, I'll even put it up on screen for you guys right now, but I played through this entire game on stream. I'll even have like the playlist link below if you want to go and check it out, but it was really thanks to this that I felt like I was still kind of having some social interactions because people in the chat would kind of be cheering me on, talking about some of the stuff that they loved with this game. And it was just a very special time because the thing is, I also ended up just loving this game. This game has one of the best video game stories that I have ever seen. There's so many surprises, so many plot twists. It is just incredible. The world is beautiful. The combat is super fun and engaging. The music is just epic and incredible. Like, this game truly was amazing. But on top of that, the fact being like I couldn't even hang out with anybody to really talk about this game or share any of that, just having everyone engaging in the chat and talking during like this crazy time in the world, it was just a very special moment that I'm really never going to forget. And this game has truly just become a very special part of my life. I still think about this game every day. I can't wait to replay it again on the Nintendo Switch 2. And truly, like, if you're somebody who really enjoys a good video game story that like has amazing, lovable characters, some really gorgeous worlds to explore, definitely check out Xenoblade Chronicles. I cannot recommend that game enough. Like, that is the one game that I really truly think that you should play at least at some point in your life. Like, it is like I would give anything up to be able to experience that game again and not know anything about the story. It is truly that special. So if you haven't played that game, I think you're doing yourself a huge disservice because you're potentially missing out on something that could also impact you just as big as it did for me. But yeah, those are pretty much just some of my personal highlights from the Nintendo Switch era that I wanted to reminisce a little bit and share with you guys. I'm sure you guys have a lot of your stories as well about the Nintendo Switch and some really crazy things that it's done inside of your lives and how it's impacted you as well. And I'd be very curious to hear your guys' stories as well. So be sure to comment them down below. Let me know how the Nintendo Switch is special for you, how it's changed your life, how it's impacted you. And I'll be sure to heart a lot of my favorite ones that I see reading through all of these. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2 in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.